Hello Sagittarius! Welcome back to the channel, or if you're here for the first time, welcome. So here it is. Looks like the month opens with a lot of carrying a lot of things. 10 of Wands means, feeling like you're carrying a lot or that you have a lot on your plate, feeling like maybe there's some burdens or there's some heaviness and sometimes the 10 of Wands can feel like you're carrying more than your fair share. It's a card that's a little bit heavy, but what I suggest when this card shows up is that see what you can put down that's not necessary. If you're carrying too much, see what you can put down just to lighten your load if you're carrying more than you need to. Sometimes people who are responsible end up, carrying a lot of things. And the question that this card raises is it necessary for you to carry all of that? Or can you lighten your load? And this is also a teacher card. So from having collected experience, you may be able to offload some of that weight by teaching others. So that's another good way to lighten your load when this card shows up. I do see there's two things that are happening also at the beginning of the month. There may be someone in an authority position that you are in conflict with or that is challenging to you right now. This is the Emperor card, and he is basically someone who is in charge of things. He is the head of the empire. This can also represent law or government or any organized structure that you are a part of. Sometimes it could be a landlord or a boss or a father. So anything having to do with foundation, structure, rules, and anything to do with governance. There's something, it may be a heaviness on your heart because you're having troubles with like law, order, structure, rigidity. Or it could be like a father figure, who's not doing well, an old parent that's ailing, like a father that's ailing, and therefore you're carrying a lot of the burdens related to this person, or carrying a lot of work that this person needs right now, because as you can see in the picture, he's got sort of white hair and he's in the later part of his life. And it may be that you're carrying a lot of burdens for him, and his health is ailing. But there's something coming up in which you feel like you want to walk away. You feel like you want to give this up, whatever it is that you've put all this heart energy into, this tender love and care, this TLC. 8 of Cups means weariness and being ready to move on, being ready for the next journey. Because it's coupled here in reverse with the Emperor, I'm getting the sense that you want to move on from whatever you're carrying, but because of this father figure or the laws that govern what's going on, you're not able to move on yet. This is a feeling that's coming to the surface, but because it's in reverse, it's in suppression or shadow. There's something that's holding it back from coming to the surface. And because it's directly paired here with Emperor and they're kind of looking at one another, I get the sense that this Emperor figure or structure or setting is what's holding you back from moving on from all this stuff that you're carrying from this. It could be a lifestyle, a job, a house, a relationship, anything that you've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into. 8 of Cups says you're ready to move on. You're ready for the next cycle. You want to go on a new journey. It could be that you're ready to do it around the new moon. So it could be around that time that you actually do see yourself moving on. There is something, however, to be learned about all this, what's been going on and what you've been carrying. And this is 5 of Swords, which is picking up the pieces. And swords represent our attitude towards something, our ideas about something, the mental state that governs something. So in any situation, there's always, in any crisis or battle, there's always rewards that are there to be reaped. Be careful. This card can sometimes mean like outright dishonesty or outright dishonor. So be careful that you're not just collecting things that are spoils that do not belong to you, but definitely reap rewards of whatever battle has happened or anything. The sun is setting in this picture, so it's something that after it wraps up, you might want to reflect upon and see what the gems of the truth are, or new ideas that you have from that thing having happened. Towards the middle of the month, Sag, I see this is a card of, Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment and satisfaction. There is a way in which you could be satisfied, but it's being held under the surface right now, again, because of fear or doubt. Right next to Hanged Man in reverse. Hanged Man normally doesn't give 2 cents about what anybody else thinks. He does things his own way. He does things in his own eccentric way. He marches to the beat of his own drum, and he finds enlightenment through his own path. When I see Hanged Man upside down, it makes me wonder, are you too worried about what other people think? I think that's what is preventing you from feeling satisfied and happy. This Nine of Cups is also wish fulfillment. It's pleasure. It's feeling like you're full, feeling satiated, feeling like you were just at a banquet. It's sensual. It's wish fulfillment, satisfaction, and pleasure. So the fact that it's in the reverse position and also right next to Hangman in reverse tells me you might be way too focused on what other people think, or, worrying about, is this normal? Is this conventional? Is this how I should be doing it? That's what's keeping you from being satisfied, Sag. You're kind of got your eye too much on what the public thinks instead of what your own mentality is and your own way of doing things, and it may be preventing you from the satisfaction that is there, ready and waiting to be yours. Interesting, here in the middle of the month, I also see 2 kings in opposition. This could very well be you, Sag. This is King of Fire, so that's likely representing a fire sign, which is either Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. So I'm reading that as you, Sagittarius. And kings have a position of authority, and they really stand their ground, and they've achieved something. And it's funny because they both have oak leaves here in the images. I'm going to hold them up for you here so you can see them. So it's kind of telling me they might be neighboring kings. This might be neighbors, someone you're neighbors with, or it might be someone who lives in the same vicinity as you, the same environment, or does the same type of work that you do. In one way or another, there's warring kings, or kings that are not seeing eye to eye. And I'm seeing that this could be you, Sag, and then this King of Swords is usually an air sign. So this represents Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And there's a way in which you guys are going head to head. So I don't know if this is sparring or battle over property lines or something in the neighborhood, especially being concerned about what other people think. There's some kind of drama that's going on between a fire sign and an air sign. This person is normally very confident, very outgoing, very bold, eccentric, does things in his own way. Kind of like Sag. You guys are usually pretty optimistic and kick up your heels, and, you guys are fun-loving people. And King of Swords is usually someone who's very thoughtful, very logical, analytical, reflective, takes time to make decisions, and usually makes good decisions, usually thinks things through, very stable person. So it may just be a conflict of approach. King of Fire is usually fiery, vibrant, outgoing. He actually usually does things in his own unique way. And then King of Swords can be a little bit more conventional. He can be a little bit more, he's a very reasonable person. So there's some kind of drama going on there between a fire sign and an air sign. I am reading this as you, Sag, because King of Fire, you guys are fire signs. Another king here. This is fascinating, actually. They've got 3 kings. So that's usually imagery of Christmas time. Something may be reoccurring that happened around Christmas. This is the King of Cups, which is a water sign. So this is Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And there's a way in which they're not seeing the situation clearly either, or that you may be at odds with them. the two kings, if I pull this card around here, I don't know if you can see it here, but basically this king, Sag, you're surrounded by two other kings that are not seeing eye to eye with you. They are upside down in relation to you, and you are upside down in relation to them. And they're kind of surrounding you. So these could be neighbors on either side. And you're having conflict with them. Be careful that you're not, during that time, be careful that you're not swayed by illusion. This moon in reverse is reflecting the low side of the moon, which moon sometimes presents itself as something that it's not, because it's really the sun's light that is getting reflected, and it's not actually the moon's light. So it's something that is portraying itself as something it's not. So with the moon in reverse here and Seven of Cups showing up, be careful that you're really looking things closely in the eye, and that you are not being fooled, that you are not giving into illusion or temptation or what you think you want. Be sure that this has a big Neptune influence to it with all these clouds, and the moon has this sort of hazy feel to it. Both these cards together are telling me look things closely in the eye, especially if you're going to make any decisions, especially if you're going to make any choices. Be sure to see past any surface appearances, and don't wear rose-colored glasses. There's someone who's an air sign who may not be 100% truthful with you right now. They may try to get you to go to their side. This is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Queen of Swords usually represents and defends the truth, but because we've got the king and queen surrounding you, there's something about this. Could be a couple that's not telling you the truth, or it could be someone that's trying to sell you something towards the end of the month, and there's a little bit of illusion or dishonesty going on there. Again, just be careful about whose words you trust, especially if it's air sign people or people who are normally very truthful and very honest. There's something about the people who are normally honest, King of Swords and Queen of Swords, that are not showing up that way right now. So that's going to be my reading for you, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you for watching, and feel free to share, like, or subscribe if you enjoyed the reading. Yours in the stars.